Hey everybody, happy Wednesday night, happy Facebook Live night. Sorry it took me a couple of minutes. I was trying to finish up dinner with the family and trying to find my desk. So I'm excited tonight. I'm gonna show you a really fun fold and we're gonna play a little bit with some papers from the new annual catalog. And I'm just trying to, I've been playing with this suite and I can't stop. And I honestly wasn't that interested in it to begin with. So one of the things I'm gonna, hey Patricia, I got my new catalog in the mail. As a demonstrator, we get our holiday catalogs early, and this one came really fast, and so I've got my new mini catalog. So we've got the new mini catalog. If you are one of my customers, please message me to make sure that you're getting your catalog. If you've ordered from me in the last year, you'll be getting a catalog. If you're local, I'll be delivering them the week after next. If you're not local, then I had them mailed to you directly. The other thing that you'll get is the celebration catalog. So that's super exciting. So we've got the new mini catalog and the celebration catalog. I can't show you the inside of either one. I can show you some products and stuff, and I will definitely do that, but not yet. Right now I'm still kind of in the thick of annual catalog and enjoying all the pretty stuff that they've given us to play with. So I'm gonna make sure that I can see your comments over here. So let me pull that up so that if you're commenting during the live, I can see it. And then I'm gonna flip you guys down, but I need to clean a little bit of the surface first. But we're gonna make a really fun fold today. I'm really excited. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so that's muted, and that's good, and that's in a good location, which is excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna move this away. Oh, goodness. Okay, it's a bit of a mess. It's okay. Just keep telling myself it's gonna be okay. This paper is really fun. Okay, I'm gonna move us around and flip us down. Hi, Sharon, welcome. All right, here we go. We are in the melt. We are going down. All right. Welcome, welcome, guys. All right, so I have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of peachy cards and peachy projects. So we gonna move some of the supplies aside while I do this. And I'm gonna show you guys lots of inspiration. So I love peaches. Being here in Central Texas, we have huge peach growing area near Fredericksburg. I think Texas peaches are the best. They're amazing. And we're really fortunate that we have access to such great, wonderful, fresh peaches. And so I love peaches. I think they're amazing. I don't think, when I first saw this suite, I was like, okay, peaches, they're cute. The paper is definitely the shining star for me. Then I started creating, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot that you can do with this. So I'm gonna show you some really fun cards, and then we're gonna make one together. But for me, the biggest draw has been the designer series paper. So this is a really fun fold, and this one has the scallop border. It's got, this nice stitch trim. It's a little bit darker on the early espresso, but I really like it. I think this is beautiful. So we made that at our team meeting this last month. This is a swap I got. I thought this was really cute with the double peaches. You're as sweet as a peach. And I thought this was really cute. Something that's a great card. This was also one that we made at our team meeting last month. Here we've just done some, color on color, pale papaya. I tried to roll the peach, like I did the roll method, the rock and roll, and I didn't like it as much. My Calypso Coral is overly inked, which you can see here. And so I've just decided that it's better to sponge it on for me, especially because my Calypso Coral is just overly saturated. This is a really beautiful swap that I got. I don't think that I would have thought to do the early espresso like with this one as well. It brings out different tones in the paper, which is really interesting, things I hadn't noticed before. So I think that's really nice with that early espresso. And it's on, you know, a very vanilla base. And then it's got, I think, some soft sea foam back behind there. That was a swap I got. This is one that I adapted from an event I went to, and I really like it. This paper is definitely the shining star for me out of that. That blue, that balmy blue in there is gorgeous. This is another one that we made in our team meeting. I like that this has nothing to do with peaches, and I think this shows that that paper is super, you know, hey, that's a good question, Kathleen. Let me see if I can actually see these comments a little bit better. That's so very bizarre. Waiting for your peach paper to come. Yay. If you have an overly saturated ink pad, do you recommend stamping off if it's the right color for a project? Yeah, I mean, stamping off is a great way to do it. When you do rock and roll, you can't really stamp off at that point, especially because I paired it with pale papaya, and pale papaya stamped off is pretty light. The other thing you can do is you can take a credit card or an old gift card and you can scrape the top of your ink pad and get that ink off. God bless. And you can basically move it off. The other way you can do it was with a bone folder. Unfortunately, our bone folders are a little bit porous because it is made of bone. And so you can see I did that with this bone folder, and I've now like permanently inked it. So it's pretty, this guy's definitely been through some stuff, but you can. So you can, thank you, Kathleen, you can scrape it off and kind of un-ink it if you want, which is probably what I need to do. I just went a little hog wild with my Calypso Coral re-inker. My mother-in-law designed this one. It's a fancy fold. It's a double Dutch door. So normally a double Dutch door, like as a real door, would go like this, right? But this one goes like this. It's really cute. It's got the little peaches. And this one was interesting. It was like stamped in pale papaya, or stamped off in pale papaya, and then added some like mango melody, which is interesting. It's definitely a different tone of a peach. I think I would probably come back in with this one and maybe, you know, try to like darken it up. This has a little bit of Calypso Coral on it. And so maybe, you know, maybe I'll try to, you know, darken it up a little bit just so it looks a little more peachy. So that's a cool one. And then they don't show well when they're in clear envelopes. This was also a swap that I got, and I love it. I love that in this case, the nice use of the DSP lets the peach kind of shine. And so nothing's competing with it. This is definitely full strength Calypso Coral. This one's really awesome because it has this strip. I like using ribbon as a strip. I've done this before with some of our wider ribbon. If it's hard to tie a bow, laying it flat is a great way to use it. And I like just, you know, the nice hints. And again, this balmy blue is just beautiful. This one was definitely, you know, sponged on with a sponge dauber for sure. All right, that's the one we're gonna make, so I'm not gonna give that one away. This is one that we made in our projects, oops. And I did a little bit of sponging on this one, and I really like the white on white. And this is one that we're gonna make tomorrow night at a class here in my neighborhood. I'm doing a craft a card club, and I've got some ladies who are coming. This is a showstopper for me, adding this black and white and a little piece of vellum, this circle vellum. Is just, it's gorgeous. And I think this is actually a really simple card. There's not a ton to it. I mean, this is a beautiful layer, but so there's lots of really pretty layers, but it's not overly fussy or complicated. And I just love that. And that is from that pretty patterned paper. Your jade. Yeah, the light colors can get, they can get a little oversaturated. So yeah, scrape it off for sure. This is beautiful. So using the that spackly art design, the embossing folder, whose name I cannot remember. So bonus points to whoever can remember that. This is a really cool one. I like that this is cut from the DSP. So that peach looks really great because I didn't do it. So it's just fussy cutting the DSP. And then again, laying that ribbon down flat, which is a really nice technique. I really like the spackle with this. I think it's a really nice, it's a nice touch for sure. And then this is a card that we made at an event. And this is a fun fold. I haven't seen this one before. So it opens here and then here. So it's almost like this is almost like acting like a lock for the, for the card. And then you've got your piece here. This is simply a very small lip. It's like a 1/2 inch lip right here that's glued down, and I glued it with tear and tape because I wanted it to hold. Anytime you're doing something like that where there's gonna be a lot of tension and action and you want to make sure it holds, getting some tear and tape, this is a great supply to have because it's really, really strong. I could have also used Stamp and Seal Plus. I just didn't happen to have any out when I was doing it. So that's a really cool fold. Now I did something like that on my blog hop, if you saw it, which is funny. So it's a little similar, but a little different. So with this one, you open this, then you open this, and then you've got all this space to write. So what's cool about this one is that it gives you lots and lots of room to write, which is really great. There are some people you want to write a lot to, and then there are some people that you want to write a little less to. Yeah. So both of these work in similar ways. This one's a little bit easier, I think, honestly, to put together because it's just a piece that is, and I'm just measuring it to make sure I'm not crazy, but it's 6.5 by 3 1/4, and then you score it at 3 1/4, right? So then it makes a square, so then you can put a 3-inch square of whatever DSP you want here, right? And you've got some little, layering pieces here. So this is a really fun card. And then someone made blueberries out of these, which I love, and someone else made cherries, and I can't find the cherry one, but I'll post it at some point. I thought that was really neat and really clever. So again, just because a peach is a peach. Painted texture. You are on top of it, Kathleen. Thank you. A peach doesn't always have to be a peach. It can be a blueberry, which I thought was really cute. So, all right, so let's make this card that I want to show you. I really, really like it, but we're gonna make it with a different piece of DSP. So this is the card, and I've made something similar, but not quite like this. So this is nice because it gives you a good way to use this kind of larger ribbon. It's gorgeous ribbon. It's thick, and it definitely, doesn't tie little bows, right? So what's neat about this is then we can open it, and then we can open it, right? And then we've got this really nice, piece in here that we can stamp the sentiment and a nice image, and of course this beautiful paper. But I like that on the outside it's a little more simple, but then it also still has, even though it's made of DSP, it's got a whisper white base, which is great because you need a little bit more substance. I've done cards that are just DSP, and I think that it would have benefited from adding this base piece. So let's get a piece of DSP out, and we gotta decide what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like the blue stripes on the outside. I think they'll be really cute. So I think we're gonna use this piece for that. And then I'm gonna get some white out because I didn't have the white out that I needed. And right. Good. Okay. And then we need that Eclipso coral. I think I've got plenty. So that's a color I like to keep a lot of. And then we're gonna need a piece of that as well. Okay, so let's get our trimmer out. And if you've got some DSP sitting around and you want to make this with me, I think this is a great card to make together. Okay, so, all right, we need 3 little strips of DSP to go on the front. They are 3 3/4 by 1 inch. This is already 2 3 3/4 because I used this earlier. This was my piece. So we'll do 1 and, oh, that's crooked. Well, all right, 1, 2, and 3. The good news is that we can hide that under here, so no one will see that. All right. And then you have a standard, I'm gonna say card base, but it's not. It's just a 1/4 sheet, right? So we wanna be at 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to use our thick white for this just to give it a little more heft and substance, but you don't have to. So that'll be our base to go underneath. Then our white piece on the inside needs to be a little bit smaller. And so I think it's 3 3/4 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 5. So we're just doing those 1/4 size down increments, right? So because this piece is actually 1 size down. So this piece ends up measuring 4, right, by 5 1/4. So this piece of designer series paper, we need to be at 5 1/4. So this right now, it's not, it's at something way bigger, and that's okay. All right. And then we're gonna score at 4 and 8, right? Or 4 and 4, however you wanna do it. So we'll score at 4, and then we'll score at 4. Now I have found that if you do that, you just need to trim a little bit on the inside flap because it won't fold quite right, right? If you do this, you go, okay, here, yeah. So this piece in the inside just needs a smidge trimmed off of it. So like maybe 1/8 or something like that. It really doesn't have to be a lot, and it won't make a significant difference because it's on the inside. So, right, now we've got our bottom piece, we've got our inside piece, which is lovely. And then we're working on our top pieces. So then this piece is 3 by 3 3/4. So 3 by 3 3/4. Okay. And then of course the piece that goes inside of that is just a little bit down from that, right? So 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. And that'll give us our nice frame there, right? And then we'll need a little scrap to stamp some peaches. All right, so here we go. Now this one, because there's so many peaches on everything, there's a peach there, there's a peach on the inside, there's a peach there, right? This one, because we have the flowers on the inside, we can kind of make a decision about whether we want to do the flowers or the peaches, right? And which way we want to go. You know, do we want to do the flowers on the outside and then maybe we do a peach on the inside, or do we just go ahead and go, you know, still full force into the peaches? So you guys tell me, peaches or flowers. I'm going to put this on our card base. with some adhesive, hopefully. I don't know. So you want to make sure you glue this well to the card, just because people might try to lift it off or do all sorts of crazy things. Who knows? Nice. All right, so that's nice and centered on there. Good. Team Flowers, nice. All right, I like it. Kathleen, you might be the only one voting tonight, so who knows? So I'll show you how to make the same, you know, kind of look, right? But with the flowers instead of with the, that. So let's do, we still have to do something. Oh, that's cute. Okay, let's do that. Let's do, thank you so much. And your as, let's see, your as, no, can't find it. It's okay, I'll find it eventually. Yep, your as sweet as a peach. Yeah, that can go on the inside. And then we'll do the flowers. We'll do flowers. And then we'll do, okay, lots of flowers. And we'll do the peach on the inside, but we'll do the flowers on the outside. Here. I was like, where does this go? Okay. Good. Okay. So what I want to show is on the inside, we'll do the big peach. And the same technique that we're going to use for the flowers, we can use for the big peach, as the little peach is everything else, right? So we're going to get our pale papaya, and either one would be pretty. Yeah, I'm excited. We have to have a peach on here somewhere, just because the sentiment says you're sweet as a peach, and otherwise that would just be super awkward. So we've got our pale papaya, and then we've got our calypso coral, and we're just going to get our dauber in our calypso coral. Beep. All right, so got this in here, and then we're just gonna get this, and we're going to kind of just circle around the edges. And you can see I've got, it's pretty juicy. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna give that a second to dry. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's photopolymer, so give it a sec. Nice. All right, so it's pretty vibrant. That'll settle a little bit. And then I've been using Pear Pizzazz for most of the greenery. I really haven't been doing much other than the Pear Pizzazz. You could use Old Olive as well, but I think Pear Pizzazz is perfectly fine. Oh, there we go. I just hit the camera. That must have been fun. Oh yeah, that was fun. All right. And then we'll do your as sweet as a peach. And when I mount this on here, I can actually mount them together. It'll be okay. And I'm gonna use the early espresso to do this because, so I'm gonna actually mount and stamp them separately. And I'll show you why. Because you're not gonna get them as close together as you would if you put them on the same block and stamp them at the same time. And so they'll just look a little weird. They'll look too spaced out. But now your as sweet as a peach is nice and close to that, and that's good. All right, and then let's play with these little flowers. So we're gonna stamp and then die cut the flowers out. And so because of that, we can do kind of the same technique, right? Where we're gonna put them in a pale papaya. And then, I actually haven't stamped these, I don't think. So then we can kind of just bring a little bit of that calypso coral, right, around the edges. But not too much. Just make sure they're nice and juicy. But it's gonna give them a really nice color and a really nice definition. So that looks way nicer than it would be if it was just all one color, all clips of coral or all the other way. Yeah, you have to break those. I know it's an extra step to like stamp one sentiment and then stamp the next, but they look oddly spaced when you do that. So yeah, thanks, Kathleen. All right, so we have to die cut these out. But before we do that, let's go ahead. I don't think I need this color anymore. So I think we're done with that. I think we're done with this. Oh, that's tight. All right, and then we need the green and the brown. All right, so we're gonna do the thanks so much on here. I need a new block. Out of blocks. Let's see. Great. Nice. All right, so thanks so much is going there. And the early espresso. I think black would almost be too stark with this. Like I really like the early espresso with this set. And then we've got our really cute greenery. Nice. And our pear pizzazz, which is not a green I go to often, but it's so beautiful in this paper. This paper is under $10 for a pack of this on sale right now. It's absolutely amazing. I really kind of wondered if they wouldn't put the peaches in the sale because I think they've been really popular. And then of course you get a ton of dyes with this set. You get the peaches, you get the greenery, you get other greenery, little tiny leaves, little tiny flowers. This really cute band piece that we've used in a lot of them that fits those really tiny sentiments. This is actually really useful for a lot of other sets that we have as well. These really tiny font pieces are getting more and more popular, I think. So, okay, hold on one second. I'm just gonna go run this through a machine. These are so cute. All right, so I actually think I figured something out. I've been wondering what this little tiny starburst was. It's the inside of these flowers. They looked naked, and I couldn't have told you why beforehand, but now this makes more sense. Because if you look here, you see, yeah? So we need to do this. Now, I'm gonna use early espresso for this, but I'm going to stamp off because I want them to be a little faded. Yeah, there, that's good. Because they're so delicate and they're such pretty little flowers, but I don't want them to be too bold, right? There, that's perfect. So stamping off, perfect thing for that. And yay, those looked naked without that. All right, can't have naked flowers. That's not good. Okay, so I thought I had glued that down. I was all excited. All right, here we go. So, all right, start. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna put it all together. So we've got this, we've got the piece to go inside here, which is beautiful. And I like to kind of hold these up. Sometimes it's hard to see the score lines, but if you hold it up, then you have a better idea of like where it's, straight on, versus not. So that's good. Nice. This way? No, this way. Good. All right. Then we've got our cute little flowers, and we're definitely going to need some dimensionals for these guys. So we're going to flip these over if we can. And, oh, that fits, but that's fine. Good. Good. All right, so I think I'm gonna do the bigger one here. And then I think I need the bigger here. And we'll do like a little guy. There, nice. Okay, so we've got our little flowers on. Oh, those are so cute. All right, now we've got our little strips and they've got peaches on them, which are cute. But I think in this case, I might actually prefer to have this go like this. Now, yeah, there. Okay, I wanted them to connect together. So I'm not gonna use the little peaches, I'm gonna use the big ones. Yeah, the middle. The middles make a big difference. I'm watching your comments, sorry. Yes, the little splooshies, I don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna glue these down. And I just used, you know, one piece of tape and just, you know, ran it in the middle. Generally, I like to put the middle one down first because I think that one's a little low. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, or it was a little high, I think. All right. And, you know, this is where I cut the paper wrong, right? But that's no big deal because we're just gonna hide it behind this panel. So no big deal. Accidents happen, right? And this front panel is gonna cover a lot of this, so I wouldn't worry, you know, too much about it. And then you need a good, you know, I don't know, 14, 15 inches. You need a good amount here in order to, you know, have enough room to, you know, cut it, tie it, trim it, you know, do the whole 9 yards. So go ahead and that was probably excessive, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tie that down. That was extremely excessive. That feels wasteful. All right, now I'll be sad and I will probably have to go use these scraps on some other project. All right, we don't want to cut it too short because they need to be able to like tie it and untie it and retie it. And then I'm gonna put this up on dimensionals as well so that there's enough room for that thick ribbon in there. So I'm just gonna put 4 dimensionals on the back of there. And, oh, it's so cute. I love it with the stripes. Okay, and then with this one, I used a couple of the gilded gems. I think the gilded gems look really nice with this suite. I also, on a couple of them, used the champagne rhinestones. And I think that those look really nice. And so I think for this one, I feel like we could have a couple of rhinestones. Oh, no, apparently we can't. Just kidding. I think I'm gonna do one here. And then I'm gonna do 1, 2 here. Cute. All right. So champagne rhinestones look really nice with this paper. It picks up on all the pinky tones and I think it looks really nice. The gilded gems look really great with it as well. This is a really fun card to make. No one will ever know. Yes. This is a fun card to make. It's a great way to use up your designer series paper. I think that it's a very impressive card. It has lots of layers, it's really beautiful, and it helps you show off both sides of a DSP, which is always one of my dilemmas, is that I get a piece and I love both sides and I wanna show them both off. This is a nice way to be able to do that. So, thanks for joining me on my live. I hope that you guys had fun and you learned a new fold or a new way to do it. And yeah, I hope that everyone's really enjoying the Designer Series paper sale. I've got a fun class that I'll send you for making a purchase of Designer Series paper, whatever Designer Series paper you want. I've also got my Christmas in July card class. Sorry, this is gonna bug me. That is coming up towards the end of the month. That's my card class for the month. And I ended up using some celebration products in it. And so if you want to get a sneak peek at some celebration stuff, sign up for my Christmas in July card class. And just getting ready for a really great fall. We're gonna have a BOGO in August that will be here in person at the craft studio, but it'll also be online. So if you need an online version, I will have the remote shopping opportunity, just like I've had this last time as well. That went really well, so we'll continue that. And yeah, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you got to join. It's been a lot of fun creating with this suite. And I've still got, you know, several more projects I want to create. Oh, and Candy made us these really cute little gifts. This was part of a retreat she did. Look how cute these little sequins are. This is from that Artisan Blooms sequin set, and they go perfectly. And it's just a sweet little peach and ginger tea bag. And I love this. This is literally like a piece of cardstock, the really cute punch, you know, a tiny peach with the tiny little leaves, and then a little piece of ribbon attached to it. It's super cute. Such a sweet thing. And hopefully you like all the peach cards. And then if you didn't see, I posted on Instagram, but it's hard to kind of appreciate the prettiness. But this is the alternative project that I made for Paper Pumpkin this last month. And I added this kind of veining of gold with the gold gilding with the stamp set that comes in the kit, in the Paper Pumpkin kit. So if you wanted to bling up your Paper Pumpkin kit, get yourself some of that gold gilding and go to town. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for joining me. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. Happy crafting, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye y'all. See you later. Have a great night.